Hey Bubble family, welcome back to the channel, and to the new people that are joining here, whether it be that you've just recently joined or whether or not you have just clicked on the thumbnail and thought, you know what, I'm just going to watch this video. Thank you very much for joining here. So in today's video, I appreciate that many of you are probably sick and tired of hearing about Harry and Meghan. But unfortunately, I feel it's my job to bring the truth to a situation rather than the complete BS that we see in the media. So this is going to be a video about the One Young World organization where she did a recent talk. So if you'd like to join me in the discussion that we will have in the comments, especially with regards to this, then please grab your drink of choice, whether it be tea, whether it be coffee, whether it be water, whether it be, today I've got my strawberry and lime, my sparkling juice I always do in my mason jar, which I love. So whether it be, maybe you would like, what else is there? A cup of hot chocolate. Whether it be that you would like to add something to your drink of choice, a little something, because as I always say with the sign behind me, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab your drink and let's dive right in. I've just had to have a very large drink because I feel like my mouth's going to go dry after talking about all this stuff. So as I'm sure by now, and I didn't do the video yesterday because I was working a lot yesterday and I felt that every video out there yesterday was about this. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do my video today. So obviously this is to do with the One Young World organization, which if you're going to listen to the way Rachel depicts this, she was invited to be a ambassador or whatever it is that she is going to lead everyone to believe, when actually in fact her PR team pitched the idea of her being connected to it back in 2014. This is part of her campaign to get her out there. And so I guess this at this point was a up and coming charity organization. And so they decided, as part of a let's call me a humanitarian and I care about the world campaign, they decided to attach her name to this. So she has stayed in it. But to me, it's very bizarre. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing, to be fair, I didn't. But some of the things that I've seen, for example, the dance group is worrying. You know, I'm all for diversity, but if this is a way to, I feel like this is part of the woke agenda, if I'm truly honest. It almost feels, and this is my opinion, it feels very cult-like, almost like trying to change the minds of young people, and it's slightly unnerving to watch. When you look at the fact that the way the media have depicted this is that there was a massive need for the media. They've come in on the commercial flight. They had to get that out there because they wanted to be seen as, you know, we do care about the environment and, you know, we do care about, so they come in on the commercial flight. But I've also heard rumors that they actually didn't. But then, you know, and they get on the train. Nobody was interested. There are pictures going out, and I will put a couple up here, which is courtesy of Harry Markle's vlog, should I say. Nobody was interested. Apparently when they came to the, I think when they first come in, they come in the side entrance or the back entrance. There were rumours that they were booed, but this was also ironed out, like they tried to do at the cathedral. They did this very poor attempt, which I think was done almost as if to announce their arrival, where they had this clapped out old van driving round in a circle outside of the venue playing the national anthem, which is slightly disconcerting considering how much Manchester do kind of rise up against this. It's interesting that this is where they decided to have this, whether it's because it was a small venue, cheaper, because apparently the tickets were ranging from somewhere like £1,000 a ticket, something crazy like that. And so this van is going round on a loop, it's almost as if it's to kind of trumpet their arrival. And still, apparently there was about 60 people standing outside. A few of them were the mindless the fan base. Some people didn't even know what they were doing there. They just saw a crowd and was like, oh, there's a crowd, we'll stand there. And they were like, and apparently were heard to kind of say things like, why is everyone here? It's like, we don't know. So it's so yeah, about 60 people, and that is also including the journalists that turned up. Nobody was interested in them, nobody. But if you listen to the media, and of course the way their fan base depicts it, the way Omad Scabies depicts it, this was like the event of the century because they were there. So then of course you've got Harry, who just looked miserable and uncomfortable the entire time, like he was being held hostage. He did not look as if he was there supporting her. There's camera footage when she's talking. Someone's recording the event, and the camera pans to him, and he just looks so miserable. It's almost like he's glaring at her. Like he's not sort of there supporting her, which I find very fascinating. So again, it's one of those things that I think that they're having to turn up to, because obviously this is part of their tour. Interestingly though enough, they want privacy. Interestingly enough, the children aren't there. Interestingly enough, they didn't want to be part of the royal family, but yet they're doing things connected to the royal family. Or acting like as if they're still part of the royal family, as in like working royals. So it's just a very bizarre setup, in my opinion. And the whole thing is just, yeah, weird. So anyway, so one of the first things Rachel says is, it's very nice to be back in the UK. And as soon as I heard this, I was like, is it though? Is it nice to be back in the UK, considering how much you've trashed the country and how much you've said, I never want to go there again? So she's like, yeah, it's nice to be back here. I don't think so. So in her first speech in Britain since Megxit more than 2 years ago, she gushed about Prince Harry and the life-changing impact of becoming a mother to Archie. Does Lily not count then? No? For some reason, we've got to mention Archie, but apparently no mention of Lily. The phantom poof child has just disappeared. We're now down to one child again. But of course she's got to mention Prince Harry, because that is her only connection to anything. So she has to mention her now husband. So this is an appearance at the Bridgewater Hall in Manchester. So Rachel spoke to a previous One Young World Summit she attended in 2019 in London. So she said then, my life has changed significantly. I was now a mum. Dun, dun, dun. You're a mum? Are you? Wow. Honestly, this woman acts as if she's the only person to ever be a parent, ever. It's like, my life has changed. I'm now a mum. So she says, by that point, it's fair to say my life has now changed rather significantly. I was now married I was now married. But were you not married before then? So, but they don't count because they weren't the big bucks. So it's like she said, my life's changed because I was married. Well, you've been married before. I mean, if you're going by what people are saying, it's twice. But if you're going by obviously what we know, but you've certainly been married to, because you were married to Trevor. But I'm guessing that one doesn't count. I mean, to be fair, at this point, she's had about, what, 4 or 5 weddings? She's had the one that was potentially annulled. She then got married to Trevor and then had a second wedding to Trevor. Then she then had apparently a wedding and then got married again. So she's had about 5 weddings, 5 marriages at this point. So I'm not quite sure when this changed. And I was now a mum. But it's like, what's with the now? I'm now a mum. What does that even mean? I'm now a mum. So? My worldview has expanded exponentially, seeing the global community through the eyes of my child. Does she not mean children? Was it a bit of a slip up there, Rachel? I've often said that I think that Archie is real, but I don't believe he's with them. I think Archie's in the UK, and I don't believe that Lili is real. I believe that she was potentially going to be either an adoption or a surrogate that went slightly wrong. Either the surrogate kept the child or the adoption fell through. So which means I don't believe they actually have a Lili, but they've got to keep up the farce for now. And I think what she's potentially doing is, because they're over there and because they're acting as if they're keeping the children private, I think that she is purposely kind of trying to find a child, which then at some point she'll find the child the right age, with the right look, and then she will reel this child out as in like, ta-da, here's Lili. Because this to me is a slip up. You know, why would you say through the eyes of my child? You would say through the eyes of my children. But she didn't. She said the eyes of my child. So this is why I think this is a slip up. I think she's just outed herself that she has no other child apart from one, who is Archie. Or if you are going to believe the fact that perhaps with the fact that the rumours are that she had a child prior, so she could mean this particular child, not actually any other child that she's got that isn't with her. So whichever way, she's dropped herself in it right there. But of course, no one picks up on that. The media don't. And then apparently there were cheers. But if you're watching this talk, she stops periodically. She'll be talking and then it's kind of like, anyone going to cheer me? Anyone? But it seems that apparently the rumours are there were paid people were paid to appear in the audience to cheer them along, which doesn't surprise me because we've had this before with them. So then apparently she added, I'm thrilled that my husband is able to join me here this time. Guttural sound. Ugh. Like he had a choice. I mean, I'm not being funny. Can you see his face? He looks like he's been dragged there begrudgingly. To be able to see and witness firsthand my respect for this organisation. What does that even mean? What does that mean? To see firsthand? How do you see respect for the... How do you see that? How does that translate? It's like to see firsthand. Is this so her husband can see firsthand their respect? Or the fact that she was paid to do a speech? That's not respecting an organisation. That doesn't make any sense. This incredible organisation and all that it provides as well as it accomplishes. What has it accomplished? Has anyone heard of this organisation? Because I haven't. What has it actually accomplished? Because I don't know. So we are both of us bearing... Oh, God. So we are both of us bearing witness to the power that you hold... Oh. I'm just going to fan myself a bit. Why can this woman not talk normally? Why can she not talk normally? To be able to see and witness firsthand, it's like, honestly, it's like I felt there should be music in the background. She's like it's an Oscar speech or something. Not that she'd ever have an Oscar, I don't believe, but perhaps that's why she does this, because she thinks that she will. Bearing witness, the power that you hold in your hands and the unbridled enthusiasm and energy that you have to see things come to fruition. Does she mean fruit? Because we all know that Archie brings a week's worth of fruit to apparently his school. Did she get that wrong and she meant fruit? Because I think she likes that word. Did she bring some with her? Maybe. Maybe to hand out in the audience because she feels sorry for them. Honestly, please get me a bucket. Honestly, this is so terrible. It's an absolute privilege. I'm incredibly humbled to not just stand before each of you. Oh, but to stand beside you. Oh my goodness, she's even a barnacle to them too. It's like they must be there going, no, we don't want you beside us. We don't. We've seen you the fact that you just, I'm not sure if that would even happen because she can't leave Harry's side. So don't think that would even happen. Oh. We often hear people say the time is now, but I'm going to double down on that by saying your time is now. It's your time, people. Oh my, honestly, I feel like something's coming up. I feel it's another guttural sound. The important work can't wait for tomorrow. Well, what if I've got to get my hair done? It'll have to wait, wouldn't it? It would have to wait. I can't just go out now and change the world. It's like, takes time, you know. It takes time to change the world. The time is now. Honestly, it's like a call to arms, the way she talks. It's actually quite sinister. I mean, I know I joke about it because I have to joke. I have to bring humour to this because I find her utterly insane. But actually, I feel she's actually quite dangerous. It feels like there's just like a call to arms. The time is now, people. We must rise up. That really feels like what she's trying to say. But I'm not kidding though. I haven't got time to do it now. I'd have to at least book it in next week. I haven't got time. And this week, the world is watching as you cement your place in history by showcasing the good that you are doing today. What? In the present moment, as we embrace the moment. In the present moment, as we embrace the moment of now to create. Oh, it's just what? What are you talking about, you silly woman? What does this even mean? Honestly, I'd be asleep in the audience by now if I was listening to this. So she doesn't even know how to talk to people. I mean, were these people in the audience? Were they young people in the audience? Because if they were, then she really doesn't know how to speak to young people. You are the future. Honestly, I feel that this is her gearing up for like, you can kind of hear this as almost like a presidential speech, isn't it? It's like the way she speaks, like she's standing in front of a crowd of people giving this this speech. It's like, I swear, I bet she practices in front of the mirror all the time. This is dangerous. When you have this woman should not be an inspiration, I'm sorry, to anyone. Anyone. This is dangerous. Rachel also told young future world leaders, you are the future. Okay, so she tells young future world leaders, you are the future. Really? How did you work that one out then? You are, oh, stupid laptop. You are the present. You are the future. You are the present. Why does she say the obvious? Of course they're the present, because today is the present. It's like, During her first public appearance since the UK, since the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, the former Suits actress, also a counsellor, told the attendees, "You are the ones driving the positive and necessary change across the globe now, in this very moment. And for that, I'm so grateful to be in your company today." Oh, are you though? Or are you just paid to be there? And then she talks about her bit in Suits, of course, because she's got to get that in, because that's really the only thing. I'm very surprised that we didn't hear Procter and Gamble. I'm very surprised that she didn't reel out that one again. There was a time back when I was about, how old was I? 11, and I changed the world because of some dish soap. I said, no, women are not chained at the kitchen sink. I won't have it. I'm going to write to them and I'm going to complain. And they will change that commercial for me, because I'm very important 11-year-old. Oh, honestly. Megan spoke of, Rachel spoke about the first time she was asked to be a counsellor for One Young World in 2014, and she had a pinch me moment. No, obviously the truth was her PR team paid for her to be there. And there I was, the girl from Suits. Again, let's get that mention in. I was surrounded by world leaders, humanitarians, prime ministers and activists that I had such a deep and long-standing respect and admiration for. Oh, sorry. Oh, I fell asleep there for a second. I bet she didn't even know who they were. I bet she did not even know who they were. And I was allowed in to pull up a seat at the table. Well, that's because you begged to be allowed in. I was so overwhelmed by this experience. I think I even saved my little paper place marker with my name on it. You think? How do you think? Either you did or you didn't. How do you think you saved something? I'm telling you now, I'm betting this is now, she's so terrified of what she says, because I'm betting that people will be like rummaging through her bins to find out if she's actually saved it, or someone will be rummaging through her stuff. Like, no, here's the proof, she didn't actually save it. She lied again. So, I think I saved it. Oh, Lordy, just give me a minute, I just need to have a drink. I was so overwhelmed by this experience. But no, sorry, I actually lost my place there. So she says, just proof that I was there, proof that I belonged, because the truth was, I wasn't sure that I belonged. Why do you need proof? Why do you need proof you were there? Well, of course you do, because it's another thing to put in your Wikipedia. No, I was there. It's like you don't need to save a place thing for it. I mean, I get it for sentimental reasons, but it's the fact that she says proof that I belonged. What does that even? Belonged where? Belonged at an organisation? Belonged where? Belonged where? Why does she? Honestly, she just doesn't talk like a normal person. Is it just in case anyone called you a liar with everything else that you've done? No, I've got my place marker. I can promise you I was there. Oh, Rachel continued, because the truth was, I wasn't sure that I belonged. Belonged where? I was so nervous, I doubted myself. Yeah, I doubt that, because your ego is the size of a planet. And I wondered if I was good enough to be there. Honestly, can you hear the music in the background? Oh, it's the way she talks. But she added, One Young World saw in me as I... Oh, One young world saw in me, just as I see in you, the present and the future. Me, 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 me. What? One young world saw in, no, you were just asked to be there because you paid the PR team to do it. You're not doing it for love. Oh, she added, and I wanted to make that point because oftentimes I speak to young girls about the years ahead. Do you? What young girls do you speak to then? Which ones? About what you will do, about what you will have to adopt to fix from previous generations, and also what legacy you will leave. Too often in that we neglect the point you are doing it now. You here in this present moment, this is where it is all beginning. Oh, honestly. Now I am all for encouraging young people, not just young girls, young men too, because I'm getting really sick of the fact that she just keeps banging on about women, young girls, as if boys don't matter, men don't matter. You know, there are plenty of young boys that are going to shape the future, that are going to be amazing in whatever they do. But this is not just about the people that are going to apparently change the world, because what Rachel seems to forget is that we are all part of that rich tapestry. From the people that clean the streets, to the people that empty our bins, to the people who clean our tables when we've finished eating in a restaurant, to the people that look after our elderly, to the people who, you get my drift, to the people who might be up there changing and shaping the world. It's not just about those people. We are all part of this. Because without those people, those other people wouldn't be able to do those jobs. To the people that are at home looking after their children, men and women. So it enables their partner to go and maybe change the world. They are part of that too. It frustrates me how she behaves, how she acts, as if it's only the people that are going to be kind of up there, as if she puts herself on that platform of changing the world. But she belittles the people beneath her, like as if they don't matter. She signifies the fact that it's women who are going to change the world rather than anyone. All people, everyone, we are all part of that. Me sitting here today is part of that. You out there are part of that. And it frustrates me how she just talks out of her arse, the way she speaks. This is why this woman should not be an influence to anyone. Because all she's shown them is all you need to do is sleep your way up the ladder. It's not about working hard and grafting. It's not about treating people with respect. You know, this is what she's missing. You know, it's this sense of entitlement. If you want it, go and get it. Fair enough. But don't trample on people on the way there. Treat everyone with respect. Like I say, from the person driving the taxi or, you know, the cab, to, like I say, the person that sits and cleans and does all of those jobs that other people don't want to do. From the smallest to the biggest. Everyone matters in this wheel of life. But the way she speaks, it just drives me nuts, the way she talks. She's not an inspiration to anybody. She just flaps her gums and talks this word salad that means absolutely nothing with this virtual signalling that she does. And like I say, this almost call to arms, but doesn't actually, there's no substance behind this. She talks about herself again. But where's all the stories of the people that these young kids, like I say, I mean, what, you're telling me there's only girls in that audience? Only women in that audience? Oh. Rachel spoke of how she joined she talked about how she joined it again. Yeah, don't care. describing her then self as young, ambitious, and advocating for the deep things I deeply and profoundly believed in. Like what? Changing dish soap, which thousands of other people complained about, but you took credit for? What exactly have you weren't ambitious. You wanted to be an actress, fair enough, but you didn't work at it to get there. Your father paid for you to go to the most prestigious schools, which allowed you to open those doors to meet with the rich and famous. You were on the set of Married with Children, which led you to have the ability to open those doors to being an actress. You were in Suits, you were in some Hallmark movies and some bit parts in 90210, and you were a Deal or No Deal girl. These are all things that are jobs, and I'm not taking that away from her. But let's call it for what it is. You did not work your way up. You married up. In every situation, you used your father to get you where you got as far as you could go. You then dumped him, married Trevor, dumped him, married Harry, which affords you to be where you are today. At least call it for what it is, not that you were ambitious and young and ambitious. I'm not being funny. In 2014, you were in your 30s. You weren't 16 or 18, love. I don't know who she thinks she's trying to kid here. 2014. I mean, all right, I know 30 isn't old, but you're not some young spring chicken. So she goes on to say, she was filled with self-doubt, branding herself the girl from Suits. She wasn't a girl, she was a woman. What is this thing calling herself a girl? Oh, she's weird. She's very immature, the way she talks as well. She added, I was surrounded by world leaders, humanity. Oh, she talks about that again. Oh, maybe I've just repeated that. The royal couple have been placed centre stage for the flag-waving ceremony, with Sir Bob Geldof and Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham, who sounds like a teacher, sat to their right. Rachel swayed in time to the music, which included dancing in the streets and respect as she clapped her hands. And I'm not being funny. Did you see the speech of Bob Geldof? I don't know what he was smoking, but he just sounded completely off his trolley. The former Suits, so apparently the summit brings together more than 2,000 young leaders from more than 190 countries. A spokesman for Greater Manchester Police confirmed its officers were not involved, adding that security of the event had been privately sourced. I think there was like 2 police officers outside and a couple of police dogs, which is standard for things like that. So there was nothing special about anything. They paid for their security, I think. Apparently, the police in Dusseldorf have refused to pay their security. So there's a big thing about that. But yeah, so basically, and this was supposed to be about gender equality. She was supposed to give a speech on gender equality, and yet she spoke about girls. I don't believe she mentioned boys in this at all. So there was no real, it was just all about her again, and just her using this platform just, to talk about herself. I just find her just so, do you know what, I'm just finding her funny now. I know that a lot of you are struggling with this. I do know, because I see it in the comments that you're getting really, really frustrated with these two. But let's just laugh at them, because really, what have they got? She's got a failed podcast, because, I mean, and I will be doing the podcast next week. Because I know a lot of you have said, please, can I do the podcast? So I will be doing the podcast next week. But these two have really not achieved anything. They really haven't. And Harry just looks like, I feel like he just needs to put a sign up saying, come get me now, please. Blink twice, Harry will come and get you. Because he just looks miserable. Gone are the days of Harry who laughs and jokes and messes around. He's just so miserable. He looks it. He just looks as if he really doesn't want to be there. And again, she's clinging on to him like a limpet. I mean, I think at one point he goes to shake someone's hand and she's got her hand on his back again, as if to say, don't go too far away from me. I need to be able to touch you. It's just nauseating. It's all the time. So I think that they really haven't achieved anything. Pearl hasn't gone anywhere. All that people are hanging on, are this, whatever it is with Netflix. But Spotify, her podcast, it's not good. It's really not good. It's dull. It's boring. People have only tuned in to see the car crash that it is. Harry, even at the UN, no one really turned up to listen to him. It's just a disaster. And so I think rather than be frustrated with the fact that they're continually in the news, and they are, because their PR team are so desperate to change the narrative for them, that we have to look and laugh at the car crash. I mean, that interview that she did in the Cut magazine, which, albeit by now we have all heard that the poor lady so this just shows us that Rachel did not okay what we read, because otherwise that woman wouldn't have been fired. And she has been fired, even though she's put out that she's had to take a leave of absence or a holiday unpaid. That's you've been fired, because obviously I'm guessing that Rachel didn't like the outcome of the cut, because she was ribbed. And that just shows us that she does care about what's written in the media, and she does care about the negative print that's coming out. She does look on social media. So there we go. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I'm sure, as always, you will. If you like this video, oh God, oh, I really hate the menopause. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. If you like more of my videos, then please think about subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who is supporting me. All the links to everything you need to know, whether it be how to be a member, my merchandise, how to send something to me in the PO box, my email address if you want to contact me. Everything is there that you need to know. If there are channels I recommend, they will also be below as well. So if you want to stay for the waffle, you know what to do. It's coming up next. But if you don't, then thank you very much for joining us here today. And I will see you in the next video. So take care, Bubble family. Mwah, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Well, Bubbles. So, so what do you all think about this this ridiculous talk that she gave? I mean, it really was, in my opinion, the same old drivel and BS that she's done many, many times. But like I say, I just think, we have to accept that, they're not going away anytime soon. But I think if we can laugh at the ridiculousness of it all, then I think that is what matters. It comes to people like this, you have to look at the fact that they only are just in the media because of their PR team pushing them. But what actually have they got? Not a lot. Not a lot. So I just want to say thank you. Well, let me find it. To the lovely subscriber who sent me, I got a lovely thing in the post yesterday, and I didn't do a video yesterday, so I couldn't put it up. But she sent me a coaster, and she's made this herself, and it's got tea and therapy on this side, and then on the other side it has got this. Hopefully you can read that. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Enjoy the video with your drink of choice. Love, my Bubble family. That's just so wonderful. I love it. So that is going to go pride of place, and I'm going to enjoy putting my drink of choice on this. So thank you so much to the lovely subscriber who sent me this. I honestly, I feel so blessed to have, oh, here we go, hot flush again. I feel so blessed to have just such a lovely Bubble family, and I do feel that here, it's becoming a really lovely safe space to be. And I know a lot of you think that in the comments too. I see a lot of you say this, and it's really lovely to see. There are some great, I want to give a couple of shout outs to a couple of channels. We've got, I believe it's called, let me just, I think it's called Split. Sam. I'll put it up here. When I do the editing, I will put the name up here somewhere. But it's a parody channel that takes a rise out of Harry and Meghan, and it's very good. So please go across and give him a watch. I'm pretty sure it's called Split, the Sam Ruffy, I think. But like I say, I will put this up here and the link will be in the description box. And the other one is Gertie Road. She's also another one that does some very funny videos. So if you haven't checked her channel out, please go and check her. Honestly, I feel like I'm melting. Please go and check her channel out because she is very funny and I really, really like her. So go and give her some love too. And like I say, and if you have a channel that you would like me to recommend, to support, then please, give me either in the comments and I will go and check the channel out. Now, I will say and be completely honest that I will only support channels if I think that they're a channel that's kind of aligns with my way of thinking. For example, like I really do like the parody accounts. I think Gertie Road is just this lovely lady. But if you send me something that I don't know is I can't think of anything actually because I haven't really ever been sent anything, but it did make me think that, what if I'm sent something that I don't really like? If it doesn't kind of align to the way, like for example, if it's quite bullying or it's very conspiracy theory or something, I probably won't put that up because it has to kind of align with the way I like, the way our channel is and the way we are as people. So I hope people understand that. And I'm sure there are plenty of people who support other channels, but just for me, it's like I really just want to stick to kind of the things. And that's why when I get sent things to promote, if they don't align with the way I am as a person or the bubble family and things like that, then I say no, and so far there hasn't been anything. Like, I mean, I've been sent things like, I don't know, just like gaming or I don't know, just other crazy things, or clothing lines that I researched and actually they do testing on animals or something like that. I won't support those, so I always say no. So as soon as I find one that I like and I can promote, that will go up, but until then no, it won't. So I think that's it from me, guys. Let me know what you think. Get my voice out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm sure you will. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, then okay, I appreciate that too. Thank you for the view. If you like my channel, then think about subscribing to the channel because it does help the algorithm. And like I say, all my links and everything will be in the description box below of the video. So have a wonderful rest of your evening or day or whatever it is that you are doing. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, Bubbles, where I will be talking about body shaming. So if you want to join me in that video, unless hopefully the Harkles do not do something that I have to talk about, please give me a minute. So if you want to join me for that video, which I hope you do, then please join me tomorrow. So take care, Bubble family, and I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Stay kind, Bubble family.